It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson with colleagues Shaq and Ken Smith. Our game tonight featuring the New Orleans Pelicans as they go up against the Magic in Orlando. Well, for Orlando, they're sitting on a 6-game losing streak. It can become tough to keep a positive outlook through all that losing. A win would do wonders for their psyche. Well, it's rare these days to see a big man like Anthony Davis who can explode on the offensive end the way he can. What makes him so potent, Kenny?
Inside, outside, Ernie.
Yeah.
You know, he can get it inside, he can get it outside. It's impossible to guard. And 50-point nights. I'm telling you, 50. 5-0. All possibility.
And what I like, he gets all the touches he wants on the floor. Way to feed the big man Pelicans.
That's the same thing you used for the Hawks.
It's still a bird, though, right? Thank you.
Horrible. Kevin Harlan, it's all yours.
The skyline of Orlando is seen here during a gorgeous sunset. Quite a backdrop for our broadcast tonight. We're live, the home of the Magic, the Amway Center in beautiful Orlando, Florida. Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. And do we have a present for you today? This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And giving us the rundown from the sideline, David Aldridge. The Magic make a quick stop here in front of their Orlando fans just one game before heading out. This is a team in search of an identity. They've dropped 7 of their last 8, and they have looked completely out of sync.
Yeah, and they're going through right now one of those situations that's just difficult to deal with. Doubt begins to really creep in when the losses continue to mount, and then you can have splintering, which doesn't help the situation.
And before we get going, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Frank Vogel. David, what do you have to say?
Guys, he told me their primary focus of the pregame discussion was defense. He said they're dealing with a very sophisticated offense, and it's going to require an outstanding effort from his players at the defensive end to come out on top. Let's see if that's the effort they get. Guys?
Thanks, David. Clark, assess the center position right now in the NBA. And I'm talking about elite centers and their place in the game.
Well, the center position has changed, Kevin. You don't have a lot of back-to-the-basket centers anymore. More of the big guys are stepping out and are more like stretch fours than traditional big guys. What you have in the center position now typically are rebounders and rim protectors. Not many dominant scorers on the low block.
Tip-off goes to New Orleans. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. The star big men pair of Davis and Cousins are up front. Rajon Rondo is out there with Holiday, and it's Moore in at the 3. Now here is Holiday. Moore with the bucket. Moore's got the first basket of the game for New Orleans.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
The dish to Fournier. Gordon kicks to Payton. The feed now to Vucevic. Clock at 6. Outside, Simmons. Here's Payton, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Holiday dishes to Moore. Holiday, the pass to Rondo. Here's Davis. The shot missing. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. Their last encounter was in New Orleans, where they were able to handle the Pelicans.
A huge margin of victory for them when these two teams squared off last, and they got scoring from up and down their lineup.
Yeah, the reserves, the guys coming off the bench, Greg, made their presence felt. And, of course, with their big lead, they were able to give the bench a lot of run.
So for the Magic, their last game, a loss to Chicago.
And if there's one aspect of the game that really stood out for me, it was the rebounding. Basketball is about possessions, and you saw a noticeable difference in terms of the effort both teams were putting forth.
Simply got outworked under the boards, guys. I mean, that's the no-brainer of the deal. I mean, they got pushed around all game long.
No good from Simmons.
Offensively, 1 of 4 to start. They're still trying to find their stroke.
And it's Davis with the jam.
How about the leaping ability of Davis? Easily gets off the ground to throw it down. And he's a quick jumper and decision maker.
And stolen by Cousins. And Moore kicks to Rondo. Goes back up. No good. Shot missing. Gordon with the defensive effort. Orlando, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Launches a 3. Another miss by Orlando.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
And that one's good by Davis.
Well, Anthony Davis has a nice high-arching jump shot. I love seeing him shoot it from here. Hard for the defense to match up with him.
Payton kicks to Simmons. Pass to Vucevic. To the middle. Unloads from 9. And Davis sends it back. And here we go. Fast break. Cousins has got it. Holiday gets the bucket.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there.
And here we go. Rondo heading to the hoop. Drops in the breakaway layup.
They always had great instincts defensively. Rondo using that length there to come up with the steal.
Payton kicks to Simmons. Dishes it to Vucevic. And he can't stop the run as he misses. Here's Davis.
Whoa! Hey, watch out now. Watch out.
Oh, fruitful possession. Just doing what they can to extend the lead.
Yeah, that's tremendous efficiency there. I mean, you like seeing them put together these types of plays.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. Greg, from his one-and-done season at Kentucky, leading college basketball in block shots, we knew Anthony Davis could dominate defensively, but did you have any idea he'd be this good offensively?
None. I mean, with his length and athleticism, you knew he'd have an impact as a finisher. But the way his shooting has developed, it has been remarkable. Now, granted, this was a guy that at one point was recruited to play point guard coming out of high school, but he's playing more like a shooting guard with his skill set. Look at some stats for Gordon. This last month, he has been a real positive for this team. He's right around 17 points a night, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
The wide open look here for Vucevic. They grabbed their own miss.
Yeah, great hustle from Gordon using his patented vertical to sky up for the board.
Now the pass to Cousins. Shoots over Vucevic. It's rebounded by Payton.
I thought he had the space to shoot comfortably there and disappointed that he missed it.
Poked loose. The Pelicans, another fast break opportunity here. And the shot goes down. Moore's got his second basket of the night. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Payton kicks to Gordon. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist.
Well, you've got to give Gordon the ball when he's down inside. I mean, he can really score it in there.
Here's Davis. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Vucevic has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Simmons against Moore. Payton outside. Feeds to Fournier. And it's off from 3-point range. Here's Davis, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Davis is really the total package, a mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
And for the Magic, it's really been a musical chairs with their coaches. A lot of churning on the roster, but the pieces still have yet to gel, and honestly, it's been a mess.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis. And if you're running the Magic, Greg, what's the roadmap to contention?
Well, first and foremost, it's always going to have to start through the draft. I mean, you've got to be able to get core pieces there, and then you want to continue to add perimeter shooting and focus on developing your young talent based on the way the game is played today.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Payton with the ball. 14 points from him the last game against the Bulls in Chicago. And they double up Payton. Gordon kicks to Vucevic, and Vucevic throws it down.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
And it's Davis finishing it off.
Rondo with the nice dish.
The Magic trail by 8. Here's Payton. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game.
That's 4 turnovers out of them already. Sloppy play in the early going.
And, Greg, it'll be a long day for them if they keep this up.
Here's Rondo. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Payton kicks to Gordon. Payton outside. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Offensive rebound, but they recover it. Vucevic with the bucket.
Boy, the hustle by Vucevic. I mean, showing real commitment and investment on the glass and finding ways to come up with second chance opportunities for his team. That's very impressive.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And, you know, Cousins is a wrecking ball inside, guys. Effective at using his size to draw the contact close to the rim. He's a hard guy to defend.
Greg, when you watch DeMarcus Cousins play, you can see the beating he takes in the post, can't you?
Yeah, and that's just how it goes with star centers with the size and activity of Cousins. Just like Shaq in the sense, big bruising centers are hard to officiate. Other players can lay into them and not even make a dent, but anyone else, it would be a foul.
And that one falls for Cousins.
And you can tell that Cousins wants to win badly. A super competitive guy. His skill set is off the charts.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Biombo is checked in for Vucevic. Hezonja comes in for Jonathan Simmons. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Payton. Cunningham, he's checked in for New Orleans. Nelson comes in for Rajon Rondo. One of the hardest things, Clark, to defend in the league is the pick and roll. What do defenders need to key on when they're defending a pick and roll?
Well, I think a couple of things. One is you want to try to dictate where the pick and roll is going to happen and where you want the ball handler to go. And then there's got to be great communication. The 2 guys involved in the screen and roll have to be on the same page. There's got to be a lot of talk. And then the 3 guys maybe not involved have to be ready to help their teammates. So communication, a real sense of trying to dictate to that ball handler where you want him to go and what you want to give up, because you can't take away everything when you're defending a good pick and roll combination.
And Clark, you were around Coach Frank Vogel quite a bit during his run as head coach of the Pacers. When you look back at it, what stands out?
His preparation. He's an eager learner. He's meticulous in his detail. He's even-keeled and extremely positive. I think he's an outstanding young coach, and good to see him having a team that he can have an opportunity to build and shape into a playoff contender at some point.
There's a break in the action, so let's now take a look at the teams with the highest field goal shooting percentage. The real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. Second, the Pelicans.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
Fournier with the ball, and Holiday picks him up defensively.
Oh, it's surprising that he clunked that one. I mean, especially since the defense was nowhere to be found.
Offensive rebound, Nelson makes it off the glass. Nelson's got his first bucket of the night.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety. Has to be disappointing seeing him miss that one, Kevin. I mean, the defense wasn't bad, but still, I think he needs to convert from there.
Blanketed by the D, he fights to the rim for the layup. And the Pelicans lead by 15.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's Azania. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Chicago. And Nelson gets it to go. Nelson's got 6.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Here's Miller. Orlando grabs the miss. And here's Fournier. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Cunningham, and plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And the foul goes against Orlando. Pelicans shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Cunningham. And Clark, we've heard the term empty stats for players that put up big numbers but didn't impact the game to the same level of those numbers. What do you think about empty stats?
I'm mixed on empty stats. Clearly some stats impact winning more than others, but in this day of analytics, some of the stats that apparently document impacting winning may be overdone as well. Statistics are statistics. They're part of the game, and you evaluate them in the context of a number of variables. So they're here to stay. Empty is probably too strong because they're part of the game.
Now here is Augustine. 14 points from him the last game against the Bulls in Chicago.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the strike a lot and cashed in when he had his chances.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on, I mean, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on.
Here's Fournier following the score by New Orleans. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for Fournier. He's been in good form here the last few weeks. He's putting up about 21 points per, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
Clock at 2. Can they get it?
You know, the offense is sputtering a bit here, starting to fall behind.
Yeah, it's been a cold start, no doubt, but they've got to find a way to put some points on the board.
And Azania gets it to go.
And being that he's 6'8", Azania is really a menace inside. He gets his shot up easily in the paint area.
And it's Spates with the rebound.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Holiday gets the bucket.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Schooling them right now, taking them to the woodshed, super aggressive and owning the paint.
Here's Cunningham. He shoots again, and it's laid in by Holiday. Holiday's got 6.
And the best part of that sequence wasn't Holiday's steal, but his quick decision to push the ball and start the break. That's when the D's most vulnerable, and he took advantage.
And the shot goes in.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Cunningham. He doesn't hit that one. And Orlando will come the other way.
Not a lot going his way. Everything he's shooting is just off the mark. I mean, somehow he's got to figure out a way to turn it around.
And Cunningham with the slam.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Tone setting, that's what I call it. Grabbing this one by the throat early on and then squeezing it hard.
Now here is Augustine. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And here we go with the breakdown tonight of the front court and back court rebounding numbers for the Pelicans.
Well, you love seeing the backcourt stay active and putting that speed and quickness to use on the glass. They've gotten a lot of rebounds and helping to do whatever they can for the win.
For the New Orleans Pelicans, their last game a loss to Washington.
And that was a stinker. I mean, that's one of those games where you really can't find anything that they did well. The game just got out of hand and really just a shaky performance across the board.
Yeah, and I'd have to agree with you. And you know how optimistic and positive I am. But it's hard for me to find anything positive to take away from that. That's a game you just want to forget about as soon as you can.
Count that bucket. Ashik's got his first 2 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Orlando grabs the miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
That's tipped. It's Herzonia in the corner. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for New Orleans. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll return shortly. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And a comfortable margin for the Pelicans here, guys.
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Just jumped all over them, Greg. I mean, pounced on them, using their length and quickness to come away with those steals.
New Orleans leading by 23. So for New Orleans right now, Ian Clark out there with Nelson. Then it's Omer Ashik. Then there's Cunningham. And it's Miller in at the 3, the small forward. Now here is Augustine. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Spates, the pass to Fournier. He kicks it to Augustine. Spates sets a screen. And Dante Cunningham gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Stolen.
And we've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips. Both those turnovers could have been avoided.
And so here's Orlando. Now here's Fournier. He feeds it to Augustine. Back to Fournier. Magic moving the ball around. And Spates gets it to go. Spates has got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Magic. And Ashik throws it down.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible.
Yeah, he still made it look good, though.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And Evan Fournier out of France. His father was a judo champion.
And, you know, Fournier is conscious of European players' reputation for being more finesse, soft, if you will. And I think he's done a nice job being aggressive at getting himself to the free throw line by playing a more physical game. I think at 6'7", he wants to dispel that reputation as being a finesse guy.
Took him no time at all on that one. Cunningham's got 9.
And offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Well, I tell you what, Greg, their offense has really been productive this half, and I absolutely love the shots they've taken so far.
Now here's Fournier. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And so it's New Orleans with it, following the bucket by Orlando. Orlando, they've gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Kicks to Spates. Another steal. All by himself. And it's Clark slamming it down.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. Clark, thinking back to all the players you played with, was there one player who you just instantly clicked with on the floor?
Herb Williams was a teammate of mine for 2 years in college at Ohio State and a couple of years with the Indiana Pacers in my pro career. And he's one of the smartest and best teammates that I ever played with. Had a really good understanding and feel for the game, had a terrific motor, excellent touch, really good athlete for a guy that was 6'11", and is a dear friend. So he was probably my favorite teammate. And, you know, when I went to the Pacers, he had been there the year before and really broke me into the NBA in terms of things that needed to happen off the court to help me be the best I could be. So I'm indebted to Herb for his friendship and his mentorship as I made it from college. Well, actually from high school to college and then from college to the pro.
Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Biyombo. Aaron Gordon comes in for Maurice Spates. Simmons checked in for Fournier. And it's Payton in for Augustine. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Ashik. Anthony Davis comes in for Dante Cunningham. Morris checked in for Miller. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Nelson. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Hazonya's got 5 points so far.
Well, I love the confidence that Hazonia shows pulling it from deep. Boy, his stroke, a thing of beauty.
And, guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And, guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Here's Davis, and it's slammed in by Davis.
Yeah, you got to respect the awareness level of Rondo. When his teammates have a clean look at the basket, the ball gets there without hesitation.
The Magic have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Payton with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. Payton outside. And they double up Payton. Tipped away. Just 5 to shoot. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That is his first foul of the game. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. He used that pick to perfection. 9 points for Aaron Gordon.
Well, he's been excellent thus far, Kevin, but it still hasn't been enough to get them the lead.
Here's Davis. Another one falls for New Orleans.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Greg, they keep pulling up and watching them go down. It's a really nice thing to see.
Here's Azania. He has 5. Davis with the double team. And Simmons kicks to Vucevic. Misses the 3.
And I think that's got to affect your mental game. I mean, missing open shots like that, unacceptable, and it'll probably mess with your head a little bit too. Boy, I really like the way he's stroking the ball. I mean, knocking down a bunch of his shots and really being efficient.
Here's Vucevic following the basket by Anthony Davis. It's good from long range.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
A quick shot there, and it's off target.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
Rebounded by Moore.
Yeah, he's costing them right now, sabotaging them a little bit. He's got to find his shot if they want to win this game.
That one goes in.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
Gordon. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And you look at Aaron Gordon, one of those culture setters. Unselfish, defensive-minded, and Clark, he's a worker.
Yeah, he is that, and he also is very impressive going back to the 2014 draft in the interview process. Made quite an impression. Very precocious young man. A little bit ahead of his time and maturity when you talk about his age now. Stays grounded, even-keeled. This guy knows who he is and where he wants to go.
The free throw drops for Gordon.
The former Arizona Wildcat, Gordon is a high-motor player who gives great effort out there all the time.
And both free throws good for Gordon. Clark, as an analyst, do you feel you view the game drastically different from when you were in your playing days in college and the NBA?
Yeah, you know what, Kevin, I really do, because I've benefited from the different coaches we've had a chance to visit with over the years, and that's added to my perspective. And you tend to look at things differently when you're playing. I was always a student of the game, but clearly I think I've become a lot more analytical as an analyst, if that makes any sense.
Yes. It's good on the putback.
Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
Here's Peyton. Pass to Vucevic over Davis. Here's Simmons. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Rajon Rondo. Orlando shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
And, Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
First free throw is good. And he makes both free throws.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
Straight power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk.
Yeah, for sure. That was a take no chances, take no prisoners slam right there, guys.
Here's Vucevic. That one's in. Only his fourth make against 9 total shots.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
Here's Vucevic after Rajon Rondo's bucket. Payton kicks to Hezonja. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Orlando's gone for the three-pointers 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. Payton passes to Hezonja from past the arc. And it's Vucevic missing. And for the Pelicans, their shooting has been just fantastic, around 65% tonight, getting exactly what they want when they want it.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
The Magic have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
The first free throw is good. You talk about a pass-first point guard. That's Elfrid Payton.
That's his mentality and his gift. He's exceptional at it. He's been a good playmaker right from the start, a pure point guard. Old school in his ability to really focus on setting up his teammates.
Drew Holiday's checked in for Ian Clark. And both free throws good for Payton.
Elfrid Payton is known primarily for his playmaking ability. The way he moves the ball is exactly what you want from your point guard.
And how about the excellent court vision, just keeping the defense off balance?
Yeah, that was a sweet pass right there, setting up his teammate nicely, and that's really how you move the rock. Share that sugar, man. Share it.
Outside, Simmons. Vucevic dishes to Payton. Gordon a screen, and they double up Payton. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
It's a constant refrain when you're talking about Elfrid Payton. He's got to improve his outside shot. Defenders are going to continue to dare him to shoot it when he's on the perimeter, and he's got to improve that part of his game.
And that one misses. And shooting has been the knock on Payton since college. His struggles from the arc and the free throw line well documented.
Exactly, Kevin, but some signs of progress on the horizon in 2016-17, a career best field goal percentage and free throw percentage, and shot much better from mid-range because we know if he gets this piece of his game in order, he already is doing the rest of the stuff.
No good from Moore.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain-neutral position.
And Holiday kicks to Cousins. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Vucevic. Here's Davis. No good on the quick 3. The Magic have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. And the basket by Payton.
Boy, sweet J from Payton. The defense can't afford to leave him open there.
And Davis, here we go. And it's Davis with the jam.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
And he should be. I mean, remove all doubt. Get it down hard and simply.
Here's Cousins. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
You know, guys, fast break points right now in their favor, and they're really pushing the tempo.
And, Greg, defensively, you got to have better floor balance and commitment to hustling back. I mean, you got to sprint back. You can't jog back.
Here's Payton. Following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. Shot clock at 6. Holiday brings the double team. High post try. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Davis, and it's slammed in by Davis.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time.
Not when he can throw it down like that. Boom!
And they double up Peyton. He dishes it to Simmons. That's good. And it's Peyton with the assist. Peyton's got 4 assists in the game.
Boy, I love the way Peyton is always looking to swing the ball. I mean, he's constantly on the lookout for the ball reversal to help an open teammate get a shot.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
Yeah, continue to pour it on them. That's what they want to do right now, doing their best to put this game out of reach and in the win column.
Now here's Peyton. He has 7. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Davis, and it's slammed in by Davis.
Oh, that's just an incredible find coming from the big man. No debating Cousins' smarts on the court. He picks out a pass there that not many guys would have seen.
Got that bucket in no time at all. 14 points for Aaron Gordon.
And getting going here in the second quarter, his second three-pointer of the game.
Here's Cousins. Second chance shot in deep. Davis drops it in.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
More. And it's New Orleans scoring again. Here's Peyton. And 1:01 left here in the second. Passes it to Hazania. The dish to Gordon. And they double up Gordon. Tipped away. It's stolen by Rondo. Oh, and here we go with Rondo. Nobody back. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Rondo's got 8.
Yeah, you can't let Rondo get free in those situations. He's an absolute terror on the fast break.
Hazonia kicks to Vucevic. Gordon. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got his 7th rebound here tonight. And Davis, here we go. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus. Just make the simple play.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. A good look from Vucevic. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away. Vucevic has got 9 points in the quarter.
Tremendous confidence on display from Vucevic. I mean, he's so good at shot preparation, readying himself before the pass arrives.
Peyton passes to Gordon. Vucevic is screen on Davis with 1 on the clock. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Great awareness of the clock to end the quarter.
That's just really good clock management there. I mean, that's how you close a quarter.
And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans going to the break, holding an enormous 36-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry. Coach, you're leading at the half. What will you continue to emphasize to your team?
Well, I mean, defensively, we still have to be good. We got to rebound the basketball, and then we've got to continue to push the basketball and score offensively.
We'll see if you can keep that going in the second half, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime
After
Show.
one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A tremendous game we're seeing from Anthony Davis. He went on an historic scoring frenzy, tallying a ridiculous number of points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. Kenny, your thoughts, how the Pelicans are playing?
Well, they just about ran their offense to perfection. They pounded the ball inside, and the entry feeds were on time and on the money. It was a clinic to watch. The second half is going to be no contest if they keep getting shots 8 feet and in.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Magic.
Well, they were playing like it was Christmas, Ernie, giving up a lot of turnovers. There's no excuses for the turnover numbers, sloppy ball handling. They looked out of control, and the execution was all over the place.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
Unbelievable the way he dominated that offensive glass in those first two quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Guys, you've heard me say it before, but persistence pays. And it takes that kind of persistence to be a successful offensive rebounder. As a fellow glass eater, I know of which I speak. Those guys that rebound effectively don't give up on it.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. And here's New Orleans now. The big men are Gordon and Vucevic. Payton and Fournier are the 1 and the 2. And it's Simmons in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for Orlando.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
The Pelicans have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
One shot, find the lanes.
Free throw good, Davis. And the Magic shooting 43% from the field. Outside, Simmons. Knocked loose. Gordon a screen. Now the feed to Vucevic, and slam dunk by Vucevic.
Well, I like the edge I'm seeing from Vucevic now. I mean, just commanding the ball in his spots and going to work on the defense. It's basically been all him. I mean, he scored most of the points himself.
And it's the Magic with the ball. Payton with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. Here's Vucevic, and Vucevic throws it down.
And whenever Vucevic has the ball that deep in the paint, I mean, he's looking to throw it down.
Davis drives in, and the shot is good. Davis has got 49 points in the game.
Great basketball from him, Kevin. A commanding performance, helping add to the lead this quarter.
Gordon with a screen on Rondo. Payton kicks to Gordon. Inside, here's Vucevic, and he uses the glass on the layup. Vucevic has got 19 points.
And Vucevic is a guy who constantly keeps defenders guessing when he has the ball deep in the post. Just an excellent finisher at the rim.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Here's Vucevic after Rajon Rondo's bucket. Fournier's shot is off.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And Davis can't get it to go. Orlando, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. And a look here at the shot chart for the Magic.
And it's really been a tremendous night. He's been efficient. He's been a major driving force in this offense. And it's no small task to try to slow him down. Once he gets rolling, like we've seen in this game so far, watch out.
And they double up Payton. It's stolen by Davis. Lays it up and banks it in. Davis has got 51.
And, you know, he's been their go-to guy. Smart at knowing what shots to take, when to take them. plays with really perfect pace.
And that replay presented by Under Armour showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleash chaos moment. Here's Simmons following the basket by Anthony Davis. Basket counts. 16 points for Aaron Gordon.
Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
Here's Cousins, and then Cousins with the dunk.
Yeah, and the long reach of Cousins really enables him to hammer home some skyscraping jams.
The Magic have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall, 80% since the break. Gordon with no one around. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got his 6th assist on the night.
And scoring the ball comes easily and naturally to him. He's a versatile player at the offensive end.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Now here's Vucevic. 19 points in the game. And the second chance effort by Gordon. Gordon's got 20.
Hey, it's pretty simple when Gordon is connecting like he is now. I mean, you got to keep getting the ball to him. He often takes high-quality shots.
Biombo is checked in for Orlando. Augustine comes in for Payton. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by.
Well, he mistimed it just a skosh. Don't think the defense really had an impact. I think he just flat out missed it. Well, you know, as the NBA continues to change, Nikola Vucevic is an interesting case study. He's got the skill level for today's game, but the question is, does he have the mobility? He's not that quick of foot, and that's been problematic for him.
Here's Fournier after Rajon Rondo's bucket. For the 3, buries it from three-point range. Fournier's got 5.
And the quick release of Fournier. Man, he's so good at getting his shot off as soon as the pass reaches his hand.
Offensive rebound. Tries yet again, and Davis puts it in. Davis has got 53.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at you.
And the basket by Gordon.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
The drive by Rondo.
And just enjoy watching Rondo utilize that speed on the drive. Just kind of nice through the defense there and dares you to attack him.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
You know, I thought maybe they'd cool off a bit at halftime, but they've continued to bury the jump shots.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
And the first one at the line is good.
And when engaged, Rondo is special. A triple-double threat who does a little bit of everything for his squad.
Spates checked in for Jonathan Simmons. And then for New Orleans, Omer Asik. He's checked in for Cousins. And Ian Clark subbed in for Drew Holiday. He's perfect from the line this time. Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Poked away. It's stolen by Rondo. Jumps up, and the jam by Rajon Rondo.
And when Rondo gets going, the D is in for a long night. You got to prevent him from getting those rhythm looks early on.
Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession.
And checking out numbers for Rajon Rondo. He's really stood out for them over the past month. He's right around 9 points a night, 9 assists, and 5 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Now here's Fournier following the miss by Anthony Davis. Pass to Augustine. Inside, Biyombo, and it's Biyombo with the jam.
Yeah, nice vision from the little fella there, Augustine, making it easy for his teammates by finding the open man.
Davis with the bucket. Davis has got 55.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Here's Spates, and again it's Orlando converting.
He's just able to shoot over people at a high rate.
And you are a good defender, Greg, so you tell me, how do you guard that? I mean, the height, the soft release, not a lot you can do against that combination. You know, this quarter has been all him, all about him. They're getting it to him in his spots, and he's taking over.
That's tipped. It's stolen by Davis. Here's Rondo. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
No hesitation at all in transition, and they have a huge margin in that department.
Fast breaks yield easy buckets, guys. They've made the most of their chances in that regard. The defense not able to get set. You get a running start to the rim, you should get a good number of scoring chances that way.
Augustine, that's good.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Orlando's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Poked away. In the corner, it's Gordon. And the 3 off target.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
From 12 feet out. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Davis has got 59 points.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
All right, a chance here to take a look at the numbers for Moore. Really been a key contributor over the past month. First in three-point field goal percentage, and not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And not only is he hitting from deep, he's doing it with great consistency. One of our league's most efficient three-point shooters. He misses the free throw. And Orlando making a change here. Hezonja's checked in. And then for New Orleans, Cunningham, he's checked in for Anthony Davis. Miller comes in for Ejuan Moore. And Nelson is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And he sinks the second. Here's Nelson. He's got 6. Dishes to Ashik. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Ashik's got 4 points this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Cunningham. He goes up again. Ashik with the bucket. Ashik's got 10.
And Ashik is relentless in how he pounds the glass. A long-armed 7-footer who judges misses well.
Now, here's Biyombo. He has 6. They grab their own miss.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Here's Augustine. The Pelicans make their last shot. Biyombo, no luck.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, you know, it's got to be terribly deflating for the opposition. Boy, they look helpless. Really getting beat up, physically and emotionally.
The shot by Spates, nobody around. The basket is good, the assist from Augustine.
Really like how Biyombo uses his body, Kevin. He's superb at setting those hard, tough screens for his teammates.
straight rim rocker.
It looked like, Greg, for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose.
Now that is some real industrial size strength right there.
And Hezonja gets it to go.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, they're dialed in, locked and loaded from outside the arc. It's all about the triple so far.
Here's Hezonja. He's got 8, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Hezonja plays with a lot of flair, an exciting player who brings a ton of energy to the court.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
In examining his numbers this season, we can see that he's been an exceptional free throw shooter, right around 85.
And with those numbers, he makes a defender hesitant to get too tight on him. I mean, he doesn't want to get whistled for the foul and put this guy on the line.
And he makes the first. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, Sade comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
And Nelson gets it to go. Orlando's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. With the All-Star game almost near, let's see how the East is shaking out. You look at Boston, earning the first place position with a terrific record, and we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far, and they're definitely the team to beat. And of course, there's the Magic. They have a lot of ground to make up.
And when I look at Orlando, they haven't made any of the strides they were hoping to see prior to the season. Again, hanging around at the bottom of the standings.
Yeah, it's full makeover time now, guys. I'm sure they've learned their lesson that this roster is not one that can sustain any kind of success in today's NBA.
Cunningham gets the bucket. Cunningham's got 6 here in this quarter. Magic shooting straight 49% from the field. Nelson against Augustine. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Nelson.
The speedy Augustine is really an excellent teammate and a dependable role player, a veteran presence who can really stroke it.
For Orlando, they have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. So for the Magic, Vucevic checked in for Spates. And it's Payton in for Fournier. And so he makes both from the line. New Orleans dictating the flow. Clark kicks to Miller.
I love that. Yes, indeedy.
And that's how he makes his presence felt.
And Greg, we see him do it time and again. He is a special, special talent.
And an entertaining one too, Kevin. Just a sublime finisher.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting an unreal 70% from the field, making a mockery of this defense. Cunningham gets the bucket.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
And it's Vucevic missing. Asik trying to get open. Here's Miller, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Miller's got 4 points this quarter.
And you can see how this game is going. I mean, put a body on somebody.
Exactly, man. Come on. You got to be physical down there. There's got to be some intensity and some physicality on the boards.
Now, here's Biyombo. He's got 6, 5 to shoot, a 3 ball, and Hezonja gets it to go. Hezonja's got 13 points.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
And their lasers are starting to do their thing. I mean, that's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball in rhythm.
A 3. Knocked away. And there's the pass to Augustine. Feeds it to Biyombo. Second shot opportunity, and that one goes long.
And there was no effort on behalf of the defense. None. I mean, the shooter has to be upset with himself for missing that shot.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here.
He'll take those all day long.
Kicks it to Vucevic. It's Clark with the rebound. To the middle. Here's Cunningham. The basket good off the assist from Nelson. Nelson's got assist number 8 now on the night.
And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Yeah, and the confidence really at a high level. Very impressive. They feel like this game is theirs, dominating right now.
And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Alvin Gentry.
Hey, let's keep it up, guys. Let's keep running, though. We can get out in the open court and run all we want, all right?
Alvin Gentry satisfied with some of what he's seeing, but would like his guys to pick up the pace.
And there have been some opportunities in transition that they have yet to capitalize on. It may have cost them some points.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. So the Pelican 5 right now. They've got Miller, Diallo out there with Omer Asik. And it's Jameer Nelson, and it's Clark in at the 2. Lets it go from 11. Orlando grabs the miss. Vucevic has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And good that time.
Nice job exploiting that mismatch. Realized he had a smaller defender on him and went right to the mid-range J.
Yes, that goes in.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Here's Asik. That one off the back iron and out. Orlando, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Now here's Matt, guarded by Nelson, and it's Vucevic missing. The Pelicans have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And Clark, the topic of the need for league parity is something that's come up the last few years. Is that necessary for a healthy NBA?
I don't think so, Kevin. I mean, you can have it both ways. You can have tremendous popularity and success when you have a dominant team or 2 or 3. And you can also have it when there's great competitive balance. Currently, we have a circumstance and situation where the league is top-heavy in terms of championship contenders. But that won't last forever. And there will be a graduating back to a more competitive balance in time. So I think you enjoy the ride for what it is in the season and seasons that you have, whichever side of that coin you have.
So he comes up empty, missing both.
And, you know, the defense Asik provides is important, critical. I mean, a lengthy 7-footer who does a good job changing shots with his length.
They get it back. Vucevic fires the 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Unloads from 9, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Orlando called for the foul.
Much respect for the speed and IQ Nelson possesses. I mean, this guy's a crafty point guard who also knows how to get his guys going. A good mark of a leader.
Two shot.
First one falls for him. Both free throws good for Nelson. Orlando's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Here's Mack. Kept alive Orlando.
And the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the boards.
The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, man, just beast mode on the glass there. He was not going to be denied on that play.
The Magic have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Aflalo outside. Back to Mack for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball.
No explanation for giving up these wide open looks. Total breakdown. Unacceptable defense.
Here's Diallo. Orlando grabs the miss. Vucevic has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Shot good by Diallo.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
Back to Mack. Nelson with the steal. And it's Miller penetrating. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time, and he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one, that's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
Jones checked in for New Orleans. Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Ball's knocked loose, out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. Spates checked in for Orlando. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Five on the clock. Nelson with the steal. Lays it in off the breakaway.
And it's about the tempo, guys. It favors them, and just look at that score.
And, Greg, you know, they're really controlling the pace and game right now, rushing, pushing the break, and leaving the defense in its wake.
Here's Spates. It's hauled in by Diallo. For New Orleans, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, certainly a step up from the first half. They're more engaged, more focused here in this second half, and they're getting good results.
One shot behind the lanes.
And that one falls for Clark. Now Mack. To the inside. Out of bounds. New Orleans will take possession.
He just threw that possession away. Hopefully he learns from that and doesn't make the same mistake again.
And here are the Pelicans. They're on a 15-5 run here. A shot that time, not on target.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Connects from three-point range.
You know, leaving somebody that wide open is not prudent. I mean, you got to expect to get burned when you put that kind of effort forward.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Pass to Aflalo. Three-pointer. Orlando with a fresh 24.
And that's a nice job on the offensive glass there. That'll let them work the clock even more. Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Ashik with the bucket.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Man, he is just really in a flow right now. That field goal percentage has gone through the roof.
Jones dishes to Ashik. There's the three. Doesn't go that time. So Orlando will take it the other way. Passes it to Matt. He kicks it to Spates. A 3-ball. It's hauled in by Diallo.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, he can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
And that one misses. Good on the second free throw.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
It's tipped out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession.
You take a risk with those long passes. They're lucky the D couldn't collect it.
Here's Mack. And Orlando again with the bucket.
Despite his relatively lean frame, Isaac is a solid screener because he makes himself big when he sets the screen.
It's stolen by Jones. Pass to Diallo. Banked in off the glass.
Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
Yeah, I think he's trying to put this one away, quite honestly. I mean, feels like he can lay it up against any type of defense, and he can.
Defended by Jones. Back to Aflalo. Just 4 to shoot. Off target from three-point range. New Orleans gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Diallo. It's hauled in by the Magic.
And I tell you what, he's doing his best to contribute, but he's been out of sync, out of rhythm. Luckily, his team still is in front.
To the paint. It's stolen by Jones. And here's the fast break. Ashik with the bucket. Ashik's got 7 points for the quarter.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Isaac misses. New Orleans dictating the flow. Here's Jones. Arm's length from the hoop. He knocks it down. And the Magic shooting at 42% in this final quarter. It's stolen by Jones. And that one drops for him. Aflalo with it. Pass to Isaac. Looking to end the run. And the three ball is good.
Man, I like the deep ball of Isaac there, man. Has good touch for a big fella. And he shoots it with confidence.
Bucket is good.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
The Magic shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Mack with the ball, and it's Nelson picking him up. The dish now to Aflalo. And Jones over to help. Here's Mack. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Goes up the baseline. Jones, no luck. On offense, here are the Magic. And Aflalo wide open. He shoots. Asik pulls it in. Asik's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Jones kicks to Diallo. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
They get a hand on it. And Mack kicks to Spates. It's hauled in by Diallo. Diallo's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Jones drives in.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious 2-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one.
Well, guys, I'm glad they didn't try because I don't want anybody to get hurt out there.
They set the pick, and Jones over to help. Tries to save it. Aflalo left side. They get it again. Isaac. It's deflected. On the wing, Jones. The baseline, Jay. He misses it. He's 4 for 7 from the floor. Shot from 16. That one goes. Count it.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
Asik with the bucket.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Yeah, he's clicking right now and at the right time too, Greg. I mean, playing with a bunch of confidence in this fourth quarter.
Pass to Isaac. Asik in the post, guarded by Spates, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Two.
He's off on the first. Vucevic checked in for the Magic. Augustine comes in for Mack. Rajon Rondo is checked in for New Orleans. And he can't hit the second. Well, Orlando shooting at 42% in this final quarter. Here's Isaac. Here's Vucevic. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Vucevic has got 10 points here in the second half. Here's Asik. Drops in the layup for 2.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Magic shooting well. They're at 45%. Augustine with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Vucevic setting the pick for Augustine. Yep, that one goes. Spates has got 6 points in the quarter.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Pelicans.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece.
Absolutely. I mean, they had this date circled on the calendar for redemption. I mean, you never want to lose 2 games and be swept. It can be harder in an East-West game than playing against teams in your own conference. So this is a big win for them.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Anthony Davis.
And you know what stood out to me, Kevin, was his confidence. I mean, he was taking a lot of good shots and knocking them all down.
Now the feed to Aflalo. Here's Hasek. At the top of the key, Rondo. Lays it up off the glass.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
You know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
Augustine passes to Spates. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, frustrating to say the least. I mean, don't even know why they're trying anymore. This one is a wrap.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They lead. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
You know, this is a timeout maybe just so they can pat each other on the back because no other reason to call it.
Well, they're really just being conservative, making sure they don't make any last-minute mistakes, I guess. I mean, I have no idea. No idea.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
They'd lost 2 straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He showed leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track. Rondo against Augustine. Baseline jumper. Rondo can't get it to go. So we see New Orleans taking the W here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much with DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus, physical challenge for you guys with another game coming tomorrow. What do you have to do to get ready with the quick turnaround?
Just rest up. It's part of the league. Back-to-backs are part of the league. So rest up and focus in and be ready for tomorrow. That's all I can do.
Hey, Boogie, nice job. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. We'll see you later.